Howdy. We got a new toy out. We just picked it up and now we need to get out of the pickup truck. WoodMaxx 8H, I believe, chipper, PTO chipper, which is fairly large, especially in the back of this little Ford. It's designed for an 18 horse and above PTO horse tractor. It has a 200-pound flywheel, a hydraulic feed system, and a self-contained hydraulic feed system. And they're actually, the company WoodMaxx is from Western New York, which is where we're from. So I drove it down, and now we have to get out of the pickup truck. So before we do, it came wrapped with a bunch of stuff down here, bundled in, and that wrapping does not hold up to highway speeds, just so you know. It started to come up, the wrapping I had to pull over a couple times to secure the wrapping that was coming loose and trailing behind me. It's a fairly beefy unit. So I'm going to get the tractor out and we're going to see if it lifts high enough to get this thing out of here. If it doesn't, we're going to have to figure something else out. So there it goes, nothing. First step is to get this frame off so we can remove the whole thing from the from the frame. The top of it's just bolted on. The next one I'll get this out. I was just telling my father-in-law we just picked up a mill drill last week, so now I have some steel. It's good. You'll see some videos on that in the future. Okay, so for tonight, because it's getting dark, we got the skids on the bottom and the feet in place. We're going to lower it down, and tomorrow we'll finish up the assembly after we read the manual. But we wanted to get out of the pickup truck. It's a heavy thing. Yeah, would have been a little more convenient if we had forks for the bucket, for the tractor, or if we had a hook. But you know, we made that work. So there's a lot of weight. I mean, if you had a smaller tractor, this would be a lot of weight hanging off the front end. This tractor weighs 5,800 pounds, I think. And with the loaded rear end and the box blade on the back, that's even more weight in the back end. So, but it's a lot of weight to still have cantilevered off the front like that. So tomorrow we'll bring you guys back when we continue the assembly. Good morning, everyone. So now we're going to start putting the rest of this thing together. We're going to start by putting on the chute. And yeah, that's we're gonna figure out which part's which. We already unbagged them. Everything comes really nicely wrapped, which is great. All the twist ties that they used are plastic lined, so there's really very few scratches on it. I mean, it's a wood chipper; it's gonna get scratched, but it's nice that it comes from the factory. You know, fairly well protected for the shipping. So let's get going. Okay, we're going to start with the left panel, and we already pre-set up all of the hardware so that we can just put them in place. And we're going to put the nut heads on the inside so that they don't they have less to hit, less to catch on wood and stuff. Huh? No, yeah. This goes on the outside. One to the top. Okay. The other way, hold on. Okay, let's put the cardboard on tight. There. Yep. Definitely a two-person job. We'll do the first panel and then we'll fast forward to after we get these all on. Right, two of these for you. Okay, got it. That socket already set?
I don't know if it's the right size or not. Oh no, there's a half inch in there. Yeah, it's way off. Use the 17. Middle, way over closer to me, I think.
For a wrench.
I think we use two different sockets.
Okay.
Which means two different drives. Let me see that one, see if it fits. Yep. That one's top right for your left.
Want to raise that panel up higher? Yeah. You're getting close. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm getting close. side first.
Good.
Okay, like that. We'll snug them up after we get it all together. So now we'll get the next side on. I'll bring you guys back when we have the box built. Okay, so we have the box finished. A couple things that we noted. We did all the nuts on the outside, so there's less to catch on the inside. We had to loosen these in order to raise up the unit a tiny bit so that there wasn't a catch lip at the seam right here. They all have nylock bolts except for this one, which is for the fulcrum point for the safety bar. So we're going to put the support that goes in right here next, and we'll bring it back right afterwards, and that should be an easy step. Pretty sturdy unit, yeah. All the hardware looks really good. Okay, so we have the pump control panel installed. We removed all the zip ties from the line so it fit everything. Now we're doing the handle here. Only problem is the rear bolt, the flap is in the way, so we got to find a wrench. Our kit doesn't go as big as this, so we're looking for a crescent wrench somewhere. So now we're going to take care of that, and I'll bring you back once we get that taken care of, and see what else we need to mess with. We'll take all the plastic off next too. Okay, so we have the bar to stop the feed on, the emergency stop bar on. Don't forget to put washers on both sides. We did. Nut goes on the inside of this. We checked all the hydraulic fittings, and when we tightened these two up, it changed the angle. Originally, when they came in the box, it brought them right across here, which wasn't good, but now it's okay. One area we found we don't like is next to the hydraulic tank. One of the lines kind of sits right on it. So we took this, which was the PTO protector, off the front, cut the end off of it, and slit it, and we'll zip tie it right over that spot where it's going to sit on the tank and provide some extra protection for the hydraulic lines. So we're going to do that now. There's nothing in the book about that, but we're just looking at it. In any place where things touch, you know, you'll get wear, so we'll try to take care of all that now. Okay, so all the basic assembly is done other than putting the shield on for the PTO. Got the chute mounted, full 360 adjustments for, it's kind of rough. We're thinking maybe squirting some grease in there, or taking it apart and putting grease in, we're not sure. Locks in place in different locations. We thought there'd be multiple pin locations so you could adjust the depth, but there actually isn't. There's only one. So I don't know why they just didn't weld that on. So now we're going to pull the tractor in, mount it, and check the height and PTO distance. Okay, so it's assembled. And we have it on the back of the tractor by pulling these two mount holes forward too. We didn't have to trim the PTO shaft at all. So all we have to do is to put in 6 gallons of hydraulic fluid, and it's assembled. So this is the finish of the assembly video. I'll do a video once we have it out and running in the woods, a second video. And yeah, we spent about an hour and a half last night going over the parts and getting everything we did last night. About 2 hours today putting it together. And we took our time and double checked everything, so hopefully nothing causes problems. I've watched a number of videos on it. One of the things we're going to do is fill in this gap down here with some caulk, because I said it fills up with wood chips, and then of course once it's filled up with wood chips they'll get wet, and that'll be a place where it's going to rot, and we'll have to weld and fix it. Yeah, so stay tuned for video 2 where we put it into the woods. Thanks for watching.